Hey everybody, it's time to talk about what's going on not only in Collin County real estate market, but all across the Dallas-Fort Worth real estate market. As always, before I get into the numbers, I like the context. Of course, you know we have a lot of uncertainty going on. The tariffs have been paused for 90 days. How much real effect is that going to have on the market? Nobody knows, but last week interest rates went up about 20 basis points. Today they're down a little. Earlier they were. Stock market soared last week. There's just a lot of things out there that are making people sit on their hands. So sellers, just keep that in mind. Don't get upset with your agents. Things are sitting. Days on the market are creeping up. The number of properties on the market, inventory is rising. So buyers, I don't talk about date the rate or any of that. It's just right now is a great time to buy. Some point in the future, hopefully rates will come down somewhat. Don't know when, don't know how much, but don't look for it to ever go back to 2 or 3% because if it does, well, our economy is not going to be doing too well. If we get into the fives, that'd be great. Love to see that happen. But that's just something I want to talk about. The tariffs, of course, are no negotiation, so who knows which way it's going to head. Hopefully we'll know in less than 90 days. I know from what I heard before I left on a short trip out of town over the weekend, last week, I think 150 countries had caved on the tariff. So hopefully that continues. We know the big one out there is China. They need us, we need them. So who knows? Not trying to get into politics here, but politics unfortunately do affect business. So hopefully everything gets straightened up very soon. I want to see everybody win. Sellers, you're going to see, again, lots of price reductions. You need to listen to your agent. Listen to them about pricing. Agents have the numbers. Your friends don't have the number. Zillow does not have the number. Realtor.com does not have the number. Only agents with MLS access have access to market data in Texas. I emphasize this fairly often. We're a non-disclosure state. That means the only publicly available information are mortgage amounts. And only a transaction that closed with an agent will an agent be able to see data. If it was a private closing off market, won't be able to see any of that data. Only the seller, buyer, and any agents involved will know the numbers, and the title company, of course. So now let's talk about what's going on all across DFW. And I see an unusual spike this week. We'll talk about when I get there. There were 4,797 new homes that hit the market, had a price change up 148 from the week before. 707 homes went back on the market. Most of that's usually due to inspection, or it could be financing. That's another issue. Sellers, don't think your home is worth more than it is. Again, I emphasize, let the agent show you. There are appraisal issues in some cases. So that the number of homes back on the market is down 133 from the week before, but just something to keep in mind. Another thing I talk about is if you see it, I went and talked to a seller before I left town last week and pointed out some things they needed to do. If you can see it, a buyer sees it, so just keep that in mind. There are 461 home sellers that increased their price. That's down 157 from the week before. Here's a big number. 5,707 home sellers decreased the price of their homes. That's up 79 from the week before. That's almost 1,000 more homes had decrease in price than homes that hit the market. So sellers, that means you have instant competition if a home in your neighborhood has a price reduction. But also keep in mind, if it's been on the market a long time and been reduced, the question in every buyer's mind and agent's mind is what's wrong with the home. So that's why pricing is key. There are 1,870 homes that went under contract, up 79 from the week before, up 77. 2,216 homes closed. That's down 692 from the week before. Now, here's the big spike. I've not seen this in a long time. There were 4,986 homes that expired off the market. They didn't sell. Listing expired. That's up 3,954 from last week. And usually we see the spike in the first week of the month. So that tells you homes are sitting a long time. Typical listing time on the market I see is usually around 6 months, give or take. Every agent does it differently. There's no standard there, but just something to keep a watch on with that many homes expiring. That's inventory that went away at least for a day or in the last 7 days that may come back. So buyers, use this to your favor, and sellers, I'm going to say use this to your favor as a buyer. Yeah, you may get less for your home, but you're paying less for the new one you're getting, so keep that in mind. There are 851 homeowners that canceled their listing. That's up 72 from the week before. Now let's talk about the Collin County market. From homes that are new to the market have been sold, we're at 1315. That's down 48 from the prior week. And in Collin County, 641 homes hit the market, had a price change. 236 went under contract, 195 went pending, and 243 that sold. You can see those big numbers and price change and new listings. So we weren't seeing that prior. We weren't seeing enough inventory to replenish. Now we are. So again, very important reason that you need to make sure you price correctly. Make sure your home's in move-in ready condition. Allen, 36 new homes hit the market, had a price change. 25 went under contract, 5 went pending, and 24 that sold. Lucas, we had 6 new homes hit the market, had a price change. 5 went under contract, 2 went pending, and 3 that sold. Parker, 1 new home hit the market, had a price change. 5 went under contract, 1 went pending, and nothing that sold. Fairview, 4 new homes hit the market, had a price change. 2 went under contract, nothing went pending, and 1 that sold. Lavon, I talk about this one every week. Really love the Avalon subdivision out there. 15 new homes hit the market, had a price change. 1 went under contract, 17 went pending, and 9 that sold. Pardon me. Now let's talk about the 3 largest cities in the Collin and Denton County area. A couple of these are in both. So I always talk about it every week. So number 1 from homes that are new to the market haven't been sold is McKinney at 288. Frisco, number 2 at 219. Plano, a close third at 214. Speaking of Plano, 109 new homes hit the market, had a price change. 49 went under contract, 12 went pending, and 44 that sold. Frisco, 109 new homes hit the market, had a price change. 47 went under contract, 12 went pending, and 51 that sold. McKinney, 147 new homes hit the market, had a price change. That's a big bump in inventory in McKinney. So if you're looking at McKinney, it's a little cheaper than Plano and Allen. So definitely a good place to look. But again, beware of PIDs and MUDs everywhere, Frisco included. 47 homes went under contract in McKinney, 36 went pending, and 58 that sold. If you like a little more rural, Farmersville, one big subdivision out there is Heritage. It's really nice and it's a little older, but a nice place to look out there. There are 13 homes that were new to market, had a price change in Farmersville. 3 went under contract, 8 went pending, and 1 that sold. Wide Awake, Wylie, 24 new homes hit the market, had a price change. 11 went under contract, 1 went pending, and 9 that sold. Princeton, always a large amount of homes every week. Lots of, like I've talked about the building moratorium. I think it's going to be lifted in June. I can't remember. But there's a reason. If I don't live too far from Princeton, when I go out that way, it's always packed up near what we call the bait sandwich shop. Those that live out this way will know what I'm talking about. There's 56 new homes hit the market, had a price change in Princeton. 1 went under contract, 54 went pending, and 20 that sold. For the Vikings lovers, was there this morning on my way home from visiting my kiddo. 25 new homes hit the market, had a price change. 5 went under contract, 5 went pending, and 8 that sold. Anna, farthest home north in Collin County, 33 new homes hit the market, had a price change. 7 went under contract, 17 went pending, and 10 that sold. And there's a lot of massive building. If you're an investor, might be a good place to look at buying potential rental properties. Van Alstyne, First city right there on the Collin County border. 20 new homes has marked at a price change. 4 went under contract, 2 went pending, and 8 that sold. Hope you're finding this information useful. And I will, I'm sure I'll come up with some other video content later this summer. But if you have anything you want me to talk about, I'm happy to. If you have any questions about what's going on in your neighborhood, anything real estate wise, or even if you just need a service in the area. I've been here since I was 2 years old, so I'm happy to connect. I'm a big connector. See you next week. Enjoy the warm weather.